Recording is in progress. Good morning, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Kenya. My name is Reverend Barbara Samuel, and on behalf of my co-spiritual pastor, Reverend Gwen, and I, we are so delighted to be with everybody today. Gwen sends her loves and happiest joy to all of us. Today is Friday, October 11th, 2024, and I understand in Kenya that you guys all had a little holiday yesterday, which is magnificent. Hopefully everybody is restored and everybody is rested and everybody had fun with family and friends. I want to let you know that in Canada, this is Thanksgiving weekend. Our time is different than the States. So this is our Thanksgiving weekend. And if you have spent any time with me, you know that I like to say my religion is gratitude. There's lots of great things that are happening here in our life today as a center. I'm going to deliver a talk today that is titled, Anyone Can Make a Difference. And today we have some support from our amazing practitioners who are going to open us up in prayer and meditation. And we'll get to some song, and then we're going to get to the talk. We're going to get to some praying. We're going to get to some community sharing and some announcements if there are any, Michelle. Okay, friends, take a breath. Take a big breath. Buckle up your spiritual seatbelts because we're about to go for a ride. Paul, will you lead us?
Thank you. So join me as I take a few minutes just to remind myself of this truth. I'm reminding myself because this truth does not change. It's always been, it will always be. But there is only one expressing itself in different forms. And this one I'm choosing to call God. God is all that there is in this entire universe. I and God are one. I know this to be my truth, and I know this to be the truth of each and every one of us here. Each and every one of us, different as we may be, in different locations, having different experiences, we're just expressing this one. I am grateful for this. And with this realization, I claim and I declare that this service, this Fog Friday, is unfolding perfectly. Perfectly because that's the nature of this one. It is perfect, it's whole, and it's complete. And I'm really grateful for this realization. I'm grateful for this teaching. I'm grateful for this Foggy Friday, where we get nourished, where we get to experience the joy of being together. I'm grateful for this moment. And I release my word into the law, knowing it's taken shape even as I speak it.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
And so in this stillness, which we go within and know God, we take a deep breath in and out as we feel settling deeper and more centered. We take another deep breath and out. And continue in that stillness, knowing God, knowing who we are, relaxing further and further, breathing in God qualities and out whatever is not us, anxieties, worry, and whatever does not resonate with us, with spirit. We keep on breathing as the tempo takes us in our normal rate. And as we do, we know who we are. We breathe in love. Feel the love in our hearts. We breathe in peace. We breathe in joy. We breathe in abundance. We breathe in harmony. And we know these are qualities of God. This is who we are. As we settle deeper, we keep on coming to these qualities of love, peace, joy, abundance, harmony. That is what we are. And let's dwell in this for the next minute or so as we remember who we are. And then I'll be back to bring us back. Yes, that's who we are. Love, peace, joy, abundance, harmony. And that's what we give. As we breathe out, we give out love. We give out peace. We give out joy. We give out abundance. We give out harmony. And from that stillness, we come out stronger in these qualities. And as we come back into this meeting, into this room, that's what we embody, because we are already that. We start feeling our environment. We feel our feet, we feel our fingers, feel our necks, feel our heads. We feel the seat we are seated on. And eventually, we are back in the room. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Patrick. What a beautiful treat to open my eyes from that meditation and see a Zoom room full of so many people. I just want to welcome everybody. We have so many new friends. I can see new people from Discovery and people bringing people. And of course, Christine brings the choir. I love it. I want to tell you, you're so welcome here. My name is Reverend Barbara Samuel, and I'm co-spiritual leader here at the Center for Spiritual Living Kenya. And you have landed in a place that is filled with love and joy and peace and harmony, just like Patrick was meditating on. And what a beautiful morning/evening we have planned for you. I am coming to you all the way from Canada, but we often come all the way back to Kenya. And we are so delighted to see so many beautiful faces. I want to tell you, Froggy Friday, since you're new, you might be wondering, what is this name, Froggy Friday? What am I coming to? What have I been invited to? Froggy Friday was a name that our community made up. We made it up several years ago. Our founder, Reverend Connie Phelps, transitioned in 2020. And she said to our community, when you see a frog, when you think of a frog, when you hear a ribbit or a croak, I want you to think of me. And the acronym for frog is Full Realization of God, FROG. And that's what we practice here. We practice that we are all that perfection of God in action. So there's lots of things that we're going to do here this morning, this evening, today. And one of them is we like to sing. So everybody, you know this song. This song is our theme song, and it is called One People. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Take it up. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, let me see those spirit fingers. We are one. I hear that baritone, Christopher. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, now what's going to happen if you're new to Froggy Friday is I'm going to talk for at least 4 or 5 hours. No, I'm joking. I'm a lot of fun. You don't know that about me yet. No, I'm not. I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes and then we're going to open up the floor for some questions and some answers. Oh my gosh, you guys are a good time. So I just want to say the title of this talk today is Anyone Can Make a Difference. Anyone, you, me, us. And when we open up to the possibility of making a difference, when I open up to the possibility of making a difference, then I start to get questions percolating. Like, what kind of difference? Why do I need to make a difference? How can I make a difference? Will making a difference even matter? I want to ask you, have you ever heard the phrase, more power to you? Okay, is that a phrase that we use in Kenya? Well, if you have never heard that phrase, it could be used as an expression like praise or admiration for somebody's success or brave actions, their courage. Like maybe if somebody said, I've decided to quit my job and I'm going to set up my own business. We may respond, well, good for you. More power to you. Okay. So that's my focus this morning, this evening, today, as we come together in community. Making a difference starts with power. But that power at first comes from within. Then we begin to see a shift to power to the people, to our families, to our community, to wherever we're living, and then to the world. Friends, in the world these days, we hear a lot of talk about shifting to clean power. We hear a lot of that in North America. And that doesn't, shifting to clean power that doesn't pollute our world. And so my question is, can we do the same thing with our relationship to personal power? So I want to explore what inner clean power feels like. Yes? Okay. So the affirmation I want you to just dive into as we're moving through this morning, this evening, is I go within to connect to my source of power. I go within to connect to my source of power. If we are desiring to make a difference, to rise above all the noise, the chaos, the challenges, the hardships from the outside world, we need to recognize power begins with us. And when we do our inner work to create a relationship with our inner power that supports us, change, I guarantee change is going to begin to happen. And as we forgive and heal our internal relationship with power, the next step is rising above how we express our personal power. Now, this step is going to ask us to let go of a lot of stuff. It's going to ask us to release our hidden agendas. And when we release our hidden agendas, we begin to express our power with integrity, with authenticity. And then when we begin to express our power with integrity and authenticity, excuse me, power expressed in this way through that authenticity, integrity, it supports and draws those around together in support of those shared causes or ideas. Coming together in our authentic power, it multiplies what we can do. The difference for good we can make as a group, as a community, is more expanded. We begin to express our power through our own lives. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Okay. Maybe you find the word power is a triggering word for you. You might think, yeah, Rev Barb, you live in a different part of the world. Your experiences are not the same as mine. Maybe power is triggering for you because each of us have differing experiences with power. Well, to that, I say, more power to you. If this is a trigger to you, I want you to know that we can reduce the triggers by doing our own inner work to create a clean relationship with our personal power. And we begin by going within to discover our beliefs around power. Acknowledgement, forgiveness, compassion for ourselves and others, and our spiritual practices. These are tools that when we begin our healing relationship with power will make the difference. That's why I say anyone and everyone can make a difference. Healing our relationship with power creates a foundation for us to use in expressing our power. The safer we are with ourselves and power, the safer we are with others. And with the foundation of the science of mind, this philosophy, this teaching, we begin to recognize that we are supported by a never-ending source and supply of this power. And this recognition, this knowledge, it begins to invite us to go within. Now, we believe that it is not what you pray. In the science of mind, we believe that it is not what you pray to, but where you pray from that matters. If you've ever been in classes, you will know that. Going within allows us to do our inner work in preparation for that outer expression of who we are in the world, engaging in a process of self-awareness and self-discovery, similar to the way that we discover our beliefs, our behaviors regarding money. Just as we aim to develop a healthy and honest and balanced relationship with money, we must also do the same thing with power. You better believe it. And to those folks who attended Discovery over the last 4 weeks, you witnessed power in this community. Hey, a little sidebar. I want to give a shout out to all of our practitioners, every single practitioner who came to serve for our last Discovery class. Come on, put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. You demonstrated your power as community that day. And I want you to know that I was deeply moved by each of your presence, and I thank you. What everyone saw that day, our newcomers, what you saw displayed was a community who knows how to exercise their spiritual practices and allow those practices to serve as valuable tools to support this inner work that I'm talking about, providing a means to connect on a deeper level with ourselves to access that higher wisdom that is within each and every one of us. Spiritual fam, when we begin to seek guidance from a practitioner, this offers another avenue for healing and understanding of our personal power dynamics. It is through this intentional exploration and healing that we lay a solid foundation for expressing power in a clean, authentic, and compassionate manner in our outside interactions, as well as our inside and the engagements with the world. You with me? In my opinion, there are 3 vital awarenesses of accepting your personal power to know that you personally make a difference. So if you want to get out your papers and pens, it's not mandatory because this is always recorded and you can always come back to it. The first is this. It's simply knowing, recognizing, and accepting that truth heals. Acknowledging is the first courageous and transformative step towards healing our personal relationship with power. As Emma Curtis Hopkins said, wisely stated, truth heals. To embark on this journey, we must bravely confront our current beliefs and experiences with power. Friends, it can be an uncomfortable process as power, as we said, can be a triggering word for many of us. However, by shedding the light on our triggers and acknowledging how power has affected us, we gain profound insights into this inner workings. People, this self-awareness that truth heals paves the way for transformation and liberation. When we do this, we begin to free ourselves from the shackles of the past conditioning and create a new empowering relationship with power. It is through this acknowledgement that when I say truth heals, we begin to recognize our fears, our insecurities, our traumas. How many of us have fears, insecurities, and traumas? We begin to recognize that truth heals, that we may, the traumas, the fear, the insecurities might have distorted our perception of power. When we begin to take responsibility for any ways in which we may have misused or denied our own power. And I personally want you to know that by facing these truths, you can, I'm telling you, you can initiate a powerful healing process that allows you to reclaim your authentic power, and it's clean. It's essential to recognize that power itself, it's neutral. It is our beliefs, our experiences, all of those things that our life happenings have done that color the understanding of power. Power, it's neutral. It's the beliefs and experiences that bring into play how we're going to react to it. And through that acknowledgement, we may release any limiting beliefs, any negative associations that we might have formed around the idea of power, our own power. And when we open up ourselves to embracing power as a force of good in our life, I'm here to testify, truth heals. Are you with me? Okay, number one, truth heals. Number two, buckle up, we're going to go deep. Forgiveness. Woo! Forgiveness is a potent catalyst for healing in order to claim our power. It plays an indispensable role in our journey of transforming our relationship with power. And as we delve into our inner work, I'm here to tell you, we will inevitably encounter past experiences that have left deep imprints on our psyche. And these experiences may include times when power was misused or where we felt disempowered. Have you ever felt disempowered? Carrying the burden of those memories can hinder our growth and our ability to express our personal power authentically. I'm going to share a personal story with you where I had to forgive an abuser. From the time I was 5 to 11 years old, I was molested. I erased this from my life for decades until my late 20s, and then bam, it hit me like a hurricane. Every memory, every event, every feeling came rushing back. Let me tell you how I felt powerless, not for years, but decades. It was through forgiveness that I was able to release the grip of these painful memories to liberate myself from the chains of resentment, anger, fear, even guilt. Now, hear me. I want you to know when I say forgiveness, that doesn't mean I denied the situation happening in my life. It doesn't mean that I have to be in a relationship with the person who abused me or even forget. What it means is by forgiving, I freed myself. I forgave me for when I felt like I was giving up my power. Now, as a child, I felt completely powerless. But today, as a grown woman who has wisdom and life experience, I no longer carry this individual's guilt or shame or fear or angst, any of those. By letting go, I was able to forgive me, forgive myself for carrying the sense of powerlessness, hurt, pain long after the events had happened. And when I claimed my power and I decided I could make a difference not only in my life, but for others, believe me, I went back in my heart and my memories and in my healing. I protected that little girl, and I continue to protect that little girl to this day, knowing that that little girl is perfect, whole, and complete. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. By forgiving, I empowered myself. I acknowledge that I'm human and that have likely made mistakes in how I have handled power. And when we extend compassion to ourselves, friends, when we extend love to ourselves and forgiveness, allowing room for growth and self-evolution, the truth heals. Step number one, I had to clean my power. That's why I say anyone and everyone can make a difference. More power to you. As we lessen the charge, the connection of the past, the emotional charge, we begin to free up that emotional energy that can be channeled into positive expressions of personal power between our past and our present, guiding us to respond to current circumstances with our highest self. Mahatma Gandhi said, forgiveness is an attribute of the strong. Woo! Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong, and I'm here and you are here, and we are stronger together. 1, truth heals. 2, forgiveness. 3, clean power. The more we delve into our relationship with power and forgiveness, the more we're called to explore new thoughts and ideas that can redefine our understanding of power. This shift in perspective opens the door to the concept of what I was talking about when I said clean power. It's an empowering and a transformative force where we can all make a difference. So today, as we gather in the safety of community, in the comfort of our homes with family and friends, I want to ask you, what is the new thought or new idea that you want to have with power? What would clean power feel like in your own life? How would it express as you? What qualities would it present? Patrick named all those God qualities in his meditation, and I would add power to that God quality. How might clean power create a space of safety, authenticity, compassion in your life? It's through introspection that we begin to pave a way for a healing journey that liberates us from the burdens of the past, and it allows us to respond to life's challenges with our higher selves. Take a breath, take a breath. I want you to know that as we dive in to do our inner work to heal our relationship with power, we open ourselves up to a new relationship with power and unlock the potential for a profound shift, a huge shift, a massive shift. And when we free ourselves of any past beliefs that have held us down in the past, we begin to empower ourselves to reclaim that new, clean relationship with power, one that empowers and supports us. And as we shed those layers of past conditioning, those old, painful memories, we regain the power to choose consciously how and where we express our authentic power. Yeah? I want to encourage us to embrace this new relationship with power through heightened awareness, not just fair weather, lackadaisical awareness, but heightened awareness from our highest God self. Let us observe our thoughts, our feelings, our action as they relate to power, noticing any triggers or limitations that may pop up or arise for you. And as we become more mindful of our responses to power dynamics, it is then that we can consciously redirect them towards that space that I was talking about of safety, compassion, and authenticity. It is through this practice that we nurture the growth of clean power within ourselves, and in turn, inspire others to do the same, creating that ripple effect of empowerment and positive transformation. We can. I believe we can. We can understand clean power. It's then and when we understand it that we feel supported in creating the life that we want to experience. It originates within and through us as integrity, accountability, those people who show up here every day to serve, and being true to our values, our core values. I stand in my power as a presence for good. There's another affirmation. It's one that I say daily. I stand in my power as a presence for good. Going within to explore our beliefs, you might find it a challenge sometimes. I am speaking for myself because people are people, and sometimes people, you react to people. So sometimes going within to explore those beliefs deeper can be a challenge. That's why we have practitioners. When you work with a practitioner to guide and support you on a journey, your life will change. Applying your spiritual practices and tools to the challenge, that's the treatment, the journal, the contemplation, the meditation. Apply whatever practice you use to clear your connection of getting rid of the challenge, moving clearly to your connection with spirit. Anyone can make a difference. The idea that I am one person and can't make a difference is not a reason to not act. It is time for a new definition of making a difference. When I think about Rosa Parks, you know, metaphorically, she chose to stand for her rights. She did what was hers to do that day, nothing more and nothing less. That is what we are called to do with our personal power. Be present and do what is ours to do. Our practitioners show up. If they can't be here, they find somebody else. Our ministers show up. If they can't be here, we find somebody else. We have to take the power that is ours to change the world in one single decision. And that decision is ours. So if we have that power, can we use that power for good? To speak a word of support to a friend instead of bringing them down, to be there for someone and hold them while they are going through hard times or confusing times? Can we let somebody get in front of us in traffic without showing them the universal I'm an idiot sign? I'm not going to show you the finger. Small actions can make a big difference, especially when we're making them from a place of clean power. I love us. Questions, thoughts, diagrams, complaints. If you have complaints, you have to tell Michelle, not me. Did that resonate with anybody? Yeah. Let me hear it. I'm here with you. Talk to me. Anything. If it brought up anything, I want to be here with you. Thank you, Kareth. I'm excited to hear what power you will be claiming and cleaning.
Yeah, I'll say something.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the powerful talk. And what really, rather, is it excited me, but whatever it is, but is the realization that power is neutral. You know, when we think about power, we know it's something we use or we have with which we can do great things. But at the same time, we have to be active, do something about it. Otherwise, it's just lay there. And depending on how you use it, because the same power, you can misuse it against you. The same power, you can use it for yourself. And therefore, the power is neutral. Power, like law, doesn't care how you use it.
You
Yeah,
are
I thought
so
that,
right.
I thought that, yeah, and something else that also, gave me another aha and realization is the fact that it is not where you pray to, but where you pray from.
Yes, my friend.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you for receiving and picking up those nuggets. I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, the law, like the law, you see, you pick that up in practitioner classes. The law always, it is neutral. It doesn't care who you are, what your background is, where you've been, where you're going. The law is neutral, and so is power. Anybody else? Any of our newcomers, don't be afraid to unmute and jump in. This is our time for some Q&A and community sharing. You are so welcome. There's no judgment. There is just love and acceptance. Well, that was fun.
I want to add something if I can.
Please, Tendai, thank you. Who's coming to us all the way from Brazil, friends? Tendai's in Brazil.
Thank you. I speak about power, the innate power within us a lot in terms of my coaching and the guiding. And I like the idea, and I received the idea that it is neutral. And that even allows us to resonate with it a little more, because it takes away from the idea, or offers you another perspective from it being something that's forceful, aggressive, and sometimes deadly, that I think we hear too much of and have begun to believe that that is power. But actually the power that we have that is innate to us is neutral. And as Patrick said, it can be used one way or another. However, when we use it, I think it would benefit us to be aware of it. So the self-awareness, along with the power that we have and that we are innately, is important to express, as well as understand when we are actually using it. And one of the things that the reason I wanted to point out was one of the strongest and the most important powers, if you could put it that way, that we possess is making a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where our power shows up in the choices that you make. And you have, when you know that those are your choices and you take responsibility for them, that is, to me, very, very powerful.
I agree with you. Thank you for those comments, Tendai. And that's where the whole thought process behind clean power comes from. That authentic, genuine, clean place, because clean to me is connected to the divine. And so when we react from that place, when we use our power, when we accept our power, when we share our power from that clean place, then everything, I agree with you, everything is exactly as you said. Thank you for that wisdom. Thank you. Anyone else? Well, listen, I want to let you know that I'm back in 2 more weeks. Are you getting tired of me yet? I'm going to come to you, and I'm going to keep on coming until you tell me not to come. We have guest speakers coming up throughout our fall, November, December months as we lead into Christmas time. We're heading into beautiful celebrations of community. I want to give Michelle an opportunity to announce any classes that are coming up. Then we're going to do a little offertory affirmations that we do, and then we'll have an opportunity. So practitioners, please stay, because I've been talking about you all afternoon, all morning, all day about service. If you require a one-on-one 2-minute miracle, a treatment, a spiritual mind treatment, which is that practitioner knowing and holding the highest watch for you, please raise your hand and we'll break you off into rooms as well with a practitioner. I want you to know how much I love you, how much I value you, how much I appreciate you. And from Reverend Gwen, who I spoke to yesterday, who is healing magnificently, keep those prayers coming. We love you, we value you. And then we'll have a closing benediction. Michelle, will you do some announcements?
Okay, so next Friday is our men's and women's group. So the women's group, We are good and solid, but the men are missing some men. So next Friday at 8 o'clock, and it'll be posted on the student group. So men, hear the call, come join. It'll be Patrick and Christopher and James. And it's not anything to be nervous about. It's something to just come and find men that think the way that you do. We also have a full youth program now, finally. So if you have children or grandchildren who are the little ones, we have a program in Kiswahili because we know their English is not solid yet. Then we have another group where of young children, tweens we're calling them, and they're the ones that have English. And that's a Sunday program at 11 Kenya time. And then we have our teens, and in-person camp is coming up in December. So if you have any children anywhere, although I am sorry, Winnie, we don't have anything for like 3-month-old babies yet. So please feel free to let Nancy know, let us know. Your children, we welcome them. Okay, that's it. Oh, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life begins a week from Saturday, and that will be Reverend Claire and Reverend Myrna teaching that. And so there's still time to sign up and to get your student workbook. All right, that's it.
Thank
You
you.
planning to have something for 3-month-old babies?
No, not yet.
We call that daycare. Okay, I want everyone to unmute. We're going to repeat a couple of things after each other. If you are in Kenya and you have a desire to share your financial good with our spiritual community, you can contact Nancy through M-Pesa. And if you are in North America or other parts of the world, Brazil or anywhere else, you can contact cslkenya.org and you can share your good with us. I'm going to repeat these lines. I'm going to say them, and I would love for you to unmute, and repeat them with me, please. Just hand on heart, wide open, claiming our power together as a spiritual community. I am filled with the energy of abundance.
Abundance.
I am filled with the energy of abundance.
I am willing to share my financial good with my spiritual community.
I am willing to share
my financial good with my
community.
spiritual community.
And we will close out with benediction. I don't see any hands in the air for prayer. So from Canada on our Thanksgiving weekend, feel my love, my gratitude, my appreciation, how I value you. I see you. I recognize you. I know who you really are. And I'll see you in 2 weeks or sooner in other classes. I love us deeply. Blessings. Who's doing our treatment? Karen, thank you.
Welcome. Join me as I go into remembrance that divine love is always flowing, always in witness of life's amazing evolution. I rest in this prayer, connected to all there is, my breath reminding me that I breathe with all life, connected by this intelligence, living itself as me, love. And now, as I immerse myself in the awareness of life's beauty and grace, I'm reminded that I stand and pray from a place of power. Spirit within us all, actualizing, transforming, and shaping the world all around us. I'm filled with courage, compassion, witnessing the unfolding of a higher vision of each and every one of us and our collective community. I celebrate this movement in consciousness that is taking place for all of humanity, grateful for Spirit's guidance in this process. I release my word, knowing that it is already so. I let go and let God. And so it is.
And so it
And so
is.
it
And
is.
so it is.
We have one hand raised, Michelle.
Yes, Kareth, if you'll stay, Anastasia, I paired with you.
Okay.
Go shine your power. Go be the magnificent souls that you are. Peace and blessings. I love us. Thanks, everyone. So long.
Bye.
Bye-bye.